We got us 25, or what is this? 25 horsepower Mercury, 2000 something, 2-stroke, and he has a problem with his shifting linkage. So the shifting on this engine is all controlled by the tiller handle, and it's got a couple of these little, this is terrible, I wasn't even set up half the time setting up for these videos. That's what. Alright, so 25 horsepower. See, and then I moved it. Hopefully it's still in focus. There it is. 25 horsepower. And so you got these two cables. They're on the handle, and inside there's a little cam gear, turns back and forth. And this cable comes over, snakes under the carburetor, and then it comes and it's got two little places where it can go. And then, so you got a cam here, you got this cam, and what happens, well, first of all, what the problem is with this engine is that whenever it's in neutral, it was shifted fine, but this reverse lock that's up here on the top was, I know you're probably in the way, but it was locking, and so in neutral they couldn't start it. And what happens is there's a little sensor that's up here. Hopefully you can see that. Yeah, you can see it. So this is kind of like your neutral safety switch. And so what you can do is, if it's messed up, I don't know. This is the way I'm adjusting it. It's very confusing. I've done a few of these, and normally you have a little plastic piece that is right here, which, if we could take it out if we need to. Like this just slides up and out, but they already had their access hole. So you can take a 1/2-inch extension and it fits right on this little square piece down here. And so like if you have everything disconnected, then I can shift it. So like right now it's in neutral, and I know that because on my prop down here, like it's in neutral. So I take my foot and I can move it up and forward. If I take this and move this forward, then now we're in forward gear, and we can even slightly turn this engine, and that we can see that it's in neutral. That's how we can tell. So like this is in forward gear, then back it up, and then we're in neutral, and then if we go even further, then we're in reverse. All right, so this gear right here, behind this gear there's a little spring and a ball bearing, and on the back side of this gear, I don't want to take it off because it's kind of a pain. There's 3 little indentations where that ball bearing goes to. And so like you got in neutral is going to be the center place where the ball bearing is, and it's somewhere down here. And then when you turn this, you can feel it. I can feel that go into forward gear, and then you can feel the indentation. So there's neutral. And in neutral, if you notice, this is now, it's all the way in our sensor, and then when it's in reverse, then it opens up. This here plastic piece is operated off of this little cam that's on the bottom that's connected to to this gear. So this gear has a little how would I call it? It's another one of these little arms like this. Which I have this one just disconnected for now. And but there's a little lobe on there in the bottom, and it just simply, lets you know that, lets the motor know that it's, so that's neutral, and that's where this is touching here. This arm controls this safety so that you can start the engine with a rope. This is electric start, but like if you wanted to start it with a rope, it's real simple because you would pull on it, right, and it won't engage. But as soon as we put it in gear, so once we put it in gear, say like that, it engages our safety lock, and then you won't be able to pull start it. And also, if you tried to start it electric start, it wouldn't do anything because it's safety locked. So we're going to put it back into neutral, and you can see this, that once we're back into neutral, and that's where it should be, then if we pull on the handle, see, you can pull it now. So now we can pull on it. So then what you got to do is there's a little notch, but I don't know. This is always, because you don't do enough of these, it's always challenging. But this is where the cabling comes in, and how you gotta take, and this, I don't know. You would think this would just be intuitive, you could figure it out. There is a little notch that's right here. Now I've greased these up, and so then, the idea, I guess, is you have this lever, and this controls our throttle. So it controls this lever, which opens and closes our butterflies on the flywheel, adjusts our timing, retards or advances the timing. So, we got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, say 6, but we only got 4 teeth here, and there's no place where it shows to line this up. So I think you got to kind of play a little guessing game. And what I just figured out is that somewhere like in the center, so we count 1, 2. So 1, 2, and then we just line that tooth up with the center. This is what I think it is. And it's not an easy process. You got to kind of get this all lined up right. Where's it at? Again, it's kind of not that easy. There it is. So that should be, And then before we connect our cables, then we can test this. So this should be on now, and if I just take and put it in forward gear. So we're in forward gear. Now we should be able to go even further with this. So by hand, this is going to pull this open more, but it's not going to affect our shift. And then if we go back to neutral, that's our neutral. Okay. We're still locked in there. And we're going to go back to reverse. Maybe. Like I said, if it gets tight, then you don't have the gear in right. And this is where, like, I don't, if you don't have it in gear right, this is where, see, like, that's just too much pressure. So I don't have it in gear right. So maybe we're tooth off. And, or it's possible that we can just try to do this in reverse. This is the part that's really is kind of one of those things where it'll drive you kind of mad. Well, not mad, but it's like you really need to just kind of relax and see if you can't. So this one, let's see, I was in here. Let's just see how far we go, because we're in reverse. Right? So that should all be all the way reverse. See, I even have to, like, so that's forward. There's neutral. Yeah. I'm sorry. So that's reverse. That's neutral. That's forward. That's neutral. So make sure you have your BBs in the right location. Let me just pull it so you can see it. Because now I'm like questioning, and there's that little spring, so if you got it kind of hold, and I'm going to have to take the bottom off. Very frustrating. So I'm just taking the shift off of the bottom of there. I didn't want to take this off, but now I can see it's kind of one of those, so you kind of need to. So I just took a little grease. See, that's our neutral. So I don't know if you can see it or not. There's a little spring right here. And then we got our screw head. So this is neutral. At least that's what I'm kind of saying. And I know I'm in the way, but so yeah, that's neutral. Alright, and then we're going to take our timing gear and we're just going to maybe put this, you can try neutral, reverse, whatever works for you. I don't think it really matters here. We're going to find out where we are here. I think we're in neutral. Yeah, we're in neutral. So now we can put our shift arm back on. Make sure it lines up good. So here it's a little off. Alright, that's on. And then we're going to take our timing gear and just maybe you can try reverse, you can try neutral, you can try forward. I don't know. I'm sure that it says in the so that's neutral. There we go. I don't know why it was. So that's our reverse. You can take the gear and you can line up. Let's see, we're gonna be in the very last hole, right? Because if you put it in here and this is our reverse, it's still got to open up some. So I don't think this is the right location. Could be like this too, because then it's going to go like that. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. It has to mesh up right. This is the whole ball of wax, really. So when it's going forward, it goes beyond this. And then when it goes back, then it goes beyond this. Is that right? So we're in the so again, we're neutral, or we're in reverse right now. So that's neutral. And we can tell by this is our, because there's a cam lobe moving this plastic piece. We're in neutral now. And then we're going to come around and go to the forward. Okay, that's all the way forward. And then we can go more with our cable. And then we're going to go back to reverse. And it can pull forward. All right, well, I'm not sure where my camera died or didn't die, but we're going to get So to get this cable on, we can push this back if we need to. Because we're in neutral. So we're going to go back to reverse. That allows us to get the cable on. Put it in its slots and its grooves. Then we're going to go back to neutral. So that's our neutral. Then we're going to take and make our bottom one tight against there's 2 jam nuts. And then you're going to put this so we're in neutral right now. See, I got to think about this. This doesn't make any sense. So then I go forward, and I'm in forward with the remote. I think. Oh, yeah. We're just going to loosen this up so that maybe I can pull this cable. It is very confusing. So like that's back to neutral. Yeah, I don't know. I'm starting to think this is definitely stretched or something. Because we need to get more. Just a little bit more. Let's see if this will help me. Maybe loosen up the bottom. All right, so now this is the point where you get to like fishing because you can't figure it out. Yeah. Yeah, there's our neutral. So we want to line these dudes up neutral on the thing. I'm starting to think that this guy is like pretty far out of adjustment. Yeah. Lately, I swear, it's been one thing after another. Can't get anything to work right. A lot of times you think, like, you think, okay, well, you got to be between the two jam nuts, and that's not the case. You want one to lock the other jam nut to itself. It's like that one's locked now. I think we got this licked. Because one of them is going to just have to be that. Man, I don't know. You know, this is the thing that really kind of gets you. Can't be right. So we do have a... Well, folks, I'm not sure what to say here. Maybe what has happened is this cable that they've got is stretched to the point like it needs to come back. Because that should be neutral. Anyway, let me figure this out and I'll be back. All right, you guys. Well, I got it back together. But what a pain. It's really difficult. It's kind of counterintuitive. I don't know exactly what's going on with this, if it's a cable issue or just a bad design issue. But, you know, we lined up, I showed you how to line these up, and I put this back on. But our cable, I had to really stretch this one to get it to end up in that neutral location where we would have the safety lock would disengage and then we could actually try to start it. And we got a little bit of slack on this line. Very strange. I could go even further, but then this is stiff. To pull this out is kind of cumbersome. Like, I have this off right now, but like I could try to pull it, and it's not really helping. So, it's not going to jump loose here because it's got enough slack, but it does go. Now, my cable on top ended up on this bottom hole, and then this cable ended up here. I suppose that could be the other way. I don't know. It's it's not easy to do, but we're in neutral according to like our here on our handle, and we can pull on the cable and that works. So now if I put it in forward gear, I hear it disengage, and mostly what you hear is that little bearing moves its place, and then now we're in forward, And if we pull here, we got our safety lock on. And then if we put it back, so I can kind of feel that indentation and see if it did it. Make a liar out of me. See, it's doing the same thing. So there's reverse. And then we're back. And we're sort of working. So it's really hard to tell if it's a cable issue, which I kind of feel like it is, but something's still misadjusted. I just haven't been able to figure it out. Every time I have it where it's working, and then I go to show it like I am right now, and then it's not really working. So that's as close as I can get to there. And it's a fill thing, really. So you think it would be right there. As soon as I go like that, it's in forward gear. So that's not going to work. So it's literally right on the line with this motor. And then if I go to reverse, it seems to still be working. That's crazy. See, now there's reverse, and we're right on the line. Okay, so there's reverse. You think that should be neutral. Okay, that's working now. It's now in forward, it's not working. Oh, I kind of feel it. Little catch. Now we're in neutral. Now we're in reverse. So I felt the shift. Very, very strange. Anyway, if somebody knows, can give me a little more direction. It seems like every one of these I do is like this. It's really, 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 really odd. So I hope it helps you out. Like I said, I don't know. It's a very, very strange one. He's missing the little plastic piece that goes here. Usually they're one piece. This just goes like this. Well, it slides down in here. You just got to kind of get this all out of the way. Without breaking or damaging anything. There's the trash man. About time. Sorta. Yeah, this thing is real pain. So we're going to put the bolt on that and we're going to call this good. Wherever I did do with the bolt. So now where'd my bolt go? Oh, that's right. I still have it. I still have it in here. What happened to it? Anyway, we'll see you guys.